Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming and Sylvia on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Mice Tea. Alright y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up and let's go. Oh yeah, Sylvia's route. Yeah, sorry about that. Sylvia's route, okay. Alright. Yeah, sorry, I told you I'd have someone already hired by the time you got back. And maybe I still will, but there might at least be some candidates when you get back. I might have underestimated how hard it would be to set up interviews with me just here. Sorta thought the desperation from you not being here would kickstart things, but... Are you sure you're gonna be alright? He has to actually think about his answer. I hope so. I don't know. I've just been really stressed lately, and maybe I should have gotten myself into a better space before I promised so much. How long would it take you to get to that space? Maybe too long. I think that's why I didn't wait for that. Before I can follow up with another question, a customer approaches the counter. Hey, I don't see any copies of the latest Zyvern series for sale. Don't you have it? Oh, I'm sorry, which book was that? The customer snorts. Zyvern. It's probably the most popular fantasy series in the country. You seriously not know it? Oh, right, of course. Sorry, I forgot the title. And you work at this bookstore? He scoffs under his breath. Uh-oh, I think I might need your help here. Of course, dear. Just open your mouth and I'll have something for you to say. I slide between Felix and the customer. Normally in this situation, I try ending the interaction as quickly as possible, making the customer feel as though they got their way. This time, Peggy digs through my memories to provide all the ammunition I'll need. So, you're a fan of the series? Yeah, why? You think you're a fan? Guys like this are too easy to bait. This time I'm going to actually do something about it. Well, I know a little about the series, sure. Oh, really? Like who the mastermind behind the Weirm insurrection is? I snatched the retort from the tip of my tongue. Well, currently the narrative revealed the Rumarian Vizier as the ostensible instigator of the plot, but I think most real fans have realized that's a red herring. I'm sure a connoisseur like you noticed Seneschal Wesdrin wore a signet ring with the telltale mark of the asp in the first book, and has been conveniently absent during most of the raids. To my satisfaction, his leering smirk disappears instantly. Of course. I think I'm about to ease off when I'm compelled to say more. Of course, there's more clues in the latest book to corroborate the theory. I'm sure you're itching to read about it and discover them. My face and ears are growing so hot with excitement that I feel I'm in the middle of another transformation. Curious that you've waited 3 weeks after the release of the book to pick it up, though. I'd assume a big fan like you would have picked it up day one. The look on his face is delicious. I lament every time I've opted not to push back in the past. Oh, it's actually just a backup copy. I'm traveling for an event and left it at home, and I wanted to have one to read while I'm out. Oh, I'm sure you'll make do with the free ebook version they included with each copy. Do you know how to get that on your phone? Oh, yeah, of course. I'll just read that one that I have. I know it's a pale imitation, of course. Nothing quite like hard copy to snuggle up with, I'm sure you're itching to get back home with it and reread it for all those tidbits I mentioned. Yeah, I certainly will. Thanks for your help. The fact he thanked me for demolishing him makes everything all the more sweet. Ta-ta! He slinks out of the store, clutching the front of his jacket. My high begins to dissipate as the door closes behind him. Gosh, I can't believe I actually did that. I feel like I was 5 steps ahead of him the whole time. And that is what we in the business call putting a bitch down. Alright. And you'll get even better with practice, assuming you're interested in doing this again. Maybe I am. I think you've earned yourself another hour at the controls this week. I turned back to see a stunned Felix. It looks like the fish inside his stomach had babies. What was that? Oh, that? I don't know. I just think the break has been good for me. And I suppose those visualization exercises I did with Sylvia helped too. You did them too? Oh, sorry, didn't I mention that? That's what Sylvia and I have been up to, besides shopping, of course. What are those things? Just little exercises to help with things that we're working on. I'm trying to improve my confidence while Sylvia's working on her diligence. I think it's working pretty well for us. I've never seen you like that before. Sure, you've de-escalated tons of situations, but I've never seen you push back like that. I just thought I could stand to stick up for myself more often. I mean, we all have things we could improve on. At least that's what I think. Felix doesn't allow himself to wonder if I'm asking leading questions. I guess I can't argue that. He mulls over what he's comfortable asking next. So, you only started these exercises since you began your break? Yeah, both of us started them. How long does it take? Just 1 or 2 sessions. I think they're less than 30 minutes usually. Only that long? Yeah, mostly helps you access what you already have inside you. Once you unlock that, you're all set. I can't decide if he looks more intrigued or uneasy. So, is there like a class or something? Oh, Sylvia just did it for both of us. She knows the method way better than me. Could I mean, do you think she'd do it for me? Of course! I'm sure she'd be happy to help. I think of calling Sylvia over, but feel any more pushing will scare him away like a skittish cat. He doesn't make me wait long. Hey, Sylvia! She walks over from cleaning up shelves on the far side of the store. Yeah, Felix? Margaret here says she did those same exercises you did. Oh, yeah, did she say they were working for her? I'm pretty sure they are. She also said something about you, guiding the sessions? Oh, yeah, I did it for her 2 days ago. And you can do it with anyone. I'm pretty sure. Sylvia avoids the same temptation I did and waits patiently for Felix to make the next move. After several silent seconds, he obliges. Do you suppose you could do it for me? I'd love to. All we need is a nice, quiet spot in half an hour. We could even do it right now in the back room if you wanted. Oh, well, I mean, we don't have anyone else watching the floor right now. I could keep an eye on things while you do it. But I just sent you on vacation. I can't have you work today. Trust me, I'd rather come back to the store once you've done the exercises. You just had me come in an hour late next week. Are you sure? Definitely. I'll keep things nice and quiet out here. I have the feeling Felix thinks this is a setup somewhere in the back of his mind, but he's just too intrigued by the offer. Then I guess we can try it. Perfect. I'll set up some chairs. I follow Sylvia as she leads Felix to the back room. She pulls out 2 folding chairs and sets them facing each other in the middle office space. Just sit down here and I'll be in this one. Okay. Hypnotism stress about gender identity. This sounds like it might be interesting, actually. Okay. Would you like to? Yes. Okay. They both sit down while I hover near the door. I'll keep an ear out for the front door in case someone comes in. She can help out to make sure I'm doing it right, too. Sylvia pulls a thermos out from her purse. So the process is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to tell you to relax and clear your thoughts, then I'm going to ask you some questions about what you want, and then you resolve to do them. Okay, no? Alright, simple. That sounds easy enough. For sure. Oh, one thing I should mention is that it's technically a form of hypnotism. It's what? Just that it's a relaxation technique for focusing attention towards specific goals and increasing your suggestibility for achieving them. Wait, you hypnotized Margaret? And herself too. Haven't you heard of hypnotherapy for breaking bad habits? I guess so, but what are you gonna make me do? Only what you tell me you want to do. That's the first thing I do once I relax you. I'll ask you what you want to change. Everything we do is going to be directed by you. I still would like your consent before helping you, though. Felix squirms in his seat and eyes the door. I have the feeling if anything about the afternoon had been different, he wouldn't be going through it. 1 second, y'all. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip ahead and see how mature this is. 1 second. Alright, y'all, and we are back. That wasn't bad at all. Okay, alright. As long as you promise not to change anything about me I don't want to. Of course! Okay, let me take a drink before we start. The tea helps me get in the right headspace. She downs half the thermos as delicately as she can. It doesn't prevent him from giving her a quizzical look. Sorry, I was a little thirstier than I thought. She crosses her ankles and tucks them behind the leg of the chair. I wonder if she intends to make their fusion into a tail more comfortable. So we don't need a pocket watch or a spinning spiral or anything. We just need you to relax. And the way you're going to relax is to listen to my voice and look at my eyes. Can you do that for me? Sure. Okay, then I want you to look at me and feel yourself relax. Can you feel your feet on the floor? Yes. Then relax your feet and legs. The floor is there to support them. I see him release a portion of the tension in his body. It doesn't amount to all that much. Can you feel your hands on your lap? I can. Then relax your hands, arms, and shoulders. Your lap's there to support them. A little more stress sloughs off him like sheets of snow off a roof. Can you feel your seat on the chair? Sure. Then relax the rest of your body. The chair's there to support the rest of you. At last I see his body go slack. He loosens up. He loosens every muscle in his body that isn't keeping him upright. Sylvia smiles and looks over at me. The room seems to dim around her while her eyes stay just as brilliant. Margaret, spin around in a circle for me, please. I twirl in a circle with no volition of my own, as if a dancing partner had spun me around. When my hair and scarf settle, I see Sylvia grinning even wider. Okay, let's begin. We've already got you relaxed, but we have to go deeper. As we descend, we want to focus on you, not on me. Don't think about my appearance at all. There's nothing here except my eyes and my voice. Just totally ignore the rest of me. Will you do that? I will. Excellent. Her feet reach back farther behind her until her ankles are wrapped around the chair's back legs. Imagine my voice like a cradle of vines. Sink into it. Let it suspend you. You're on top of a canopy of trees. The sun is shining on you. We're going to go beneath that canopy and into the forest of your thoughts. But first, let's ground you. What is your name? Felix Banks. How old are you? 29. Where do you live? New Greenshire. And what do you do for a living? I own Barlow's books. She nods as I hear tinkling scales appear on her bare legs. Thank you for being honest. Will you be honest with me for the rest of the session? Yes. Thank you. Let's sink down into that forest. My voice is lowering you down past the very top of the trees. Her legs that were merely pressed together begin to merge. Down past the canopy we go, sinking through the leaves as they rustle past you. Feel them brush against your sides as we pass them. Felix shudders as though he feels their edges tickle his skin. We've passed the leaves now, falling lower and lower. The light is fading away, obscured by every layer of branches we descend beneath. Dappled light recedes until it's nothing but pinpricks. One by one, those points of light disappear like lamps being switched off. Fewer and fewer, bringing you closer to total blackout. Faint scraping of dust on linoleum evidences the growth of Sylvia's tail. She wraps it around her chair as it advances, placing her at the center of a spiral of serpentine muscle. Just 10 left now. Only 5 more. 4 lights. 3, 2, 1. Nothing. The points of her ears poke through her hair. When she next opens her mouth, 2 fangs appear in place of canines. Felix doesn't even flinch. What do you see now? Nothing. Wonderful. But we're still descending. It's a silent, still forest. There's no sound except my voice and your breathing. We're about to reach the bottom of your subconscious. Exhale and leave behind that last bit of buoyancy in your chest. A long, drawn-out breath escapes Felix and he sits lower in his chair than ever before. You're doing great, Felix. A few more seconds. A few more feet. We're almost there at the very bottom of your mind. He seems to rest on something soft and solid beneath him. I'm here. Very good. We're standing on the forest floor now. What's been hidden under so many layers of thought and doubt and second-guessing are now here for you to grasp. Glistening scales unfold on her face, as vivid and brilliant as those that cover her tail. Would you like to start dealing with those now? Yes. I really want to, and I'll be here to help you. So tell me, what is most troubling you right now? I'm frightened. That's okay, many of us are. What are you frightened of? Of a lot of things. Do they all have to do with the store? A pause is filled by the subtle rustling of Sylvia's tail and the hum of the fluorescent lights. Most of them. That's a good place to start, then. What are you afraid of happening? I'm afraid of failing. I'm afraid of messing up and driving the store out of business. I'm afraid of letting you and Margaret down. I'm afraid of being seen for what I am. Thank you for telling me. It must have been hard to say. We want to help you avoid that because we care for you. A sigh deflates his chest. Thank you. Let's delve into what you're frightened of. Why are you frightened of failing the store? Second, y'all. Coffee time. Because there's too much to do. There's ordering, and inventory, and bills, and hiring, and taxes, and scheduling, and marketing, and working the floor. It's too much, and I can't keep up with it. That sounds very stressful. I can't do it anymore, and I'm afraid of what will happen when it falls apart. I have nightmares about you two finding out about everything I haven't done and abandoning me. His shoulders shake just enough for me to see. Considering how far under he is, I imagine him sobbing under normal circumstances. Then let's help you. Tell me about inventory. Are you able to do that on your own? Yes. It takes a while, but I can. How about scheduling? Can you do that? Yes, though it is a little tough with, well... He swallows. You missing shifts. Sylvia smiles just enough for me to see her fangs. Well, I'll try to make that easier on you from now on. And what about everything else? Are they things that you can do by yourself? Yes, some better than others, but I think so. So it sounds like you can do any of them individually, but there's too many of them when combined. That's true. Sylvia brightens up. Then it sounds like there might be a solution. Perhaps you just have to delegate. There are likely some responsibilities Margaret and I could do in addition to being on the floor. Alright, y'all, I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Tresem Guy. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our Not Safe for Work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!